What's up guys, Jakob Owens here, and today I'm going to be making a video about what's in my travel gear camera bag. So in about a couple days I'm going to be heading out on a cruise through the Caribbean with Futuristic, my girlfriend, DJ Codebreak, and a few other people. And not only are we going to shoot like a couple music videos for Futuristic, but I'm also going to be doing some travel adventure videos.
You have officially given me a boner.
If you haven't seen any of my travel adventure videos, I'll link one in one of these corners, and you can watch that video if you haven't seen one of my latest travel videos. With that being said, I've got a lot of questions about what gear I take in my camera bag for these different like adventure travel type videos. So I'm just gonna briefly, as quickly as possible, while still giving you as much information as possible, go over everything I take with me to create these videos.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
First and foremost, the camera. Here we have the 1DX Mark II from Canon. In the past, the camera that I would use for like these different travel adventure videos was the Sony a7S II. I used the Sony a7S II on a bunch of my previous videos, but I recently just got the Canon 1DX Mark II. The reason for that is this. I had the Sony a7S II and I had a 5D. When I'd go on these trips and I'd be hiking or up a waterfall or, going swimming and just different things, I was always having to pull out my Sony a7S II for video, and then I would have to pull out my 5D for pictures. And I was constantly pulling this out for video, then, having to switch lenses to the 5D and vice versa. And it was just like a hassle just switching back and forth between cameras, especially when you're trying to keep light and you're hiking back to a waterfall through dense jungle. The last thing you want to do is be like switching cameras and lenses in the jungle and like, wait, all right, I got video of it, now I need to get pictures and then put this one away and grab that. So the reason I got the 1DX Mark II is it does amazing pictures and it does amazing video. So this is now going to be my go-to camera for the different adventure type videos, but I'll still use this. And the reason I'll still use this camera is for my underwater housing. I have the Ike Light underwater housing for the Sony a7S II. It's a beast of a, it's a beast. This thing's pretty heavy, but I got the dome port housing, and this housing is built for the Sony a7S II along with a particular lens. So in my bag, I have this Sony Zeiss f4 16-35 lens, which goes on this camera, built for this housing. So this setup is for some underwater shots. In previous videos I shot in Hawaii. I got some dolphin shots, some ocean shots. This is pretty much the underwater rig I use. It's this Ike Light underwater housing with the 8-inch dome port, the Sony a7S II, and this lens. So after the cameras comes one of the other more important pieces of gear, which is my glide cam. I have the Devin Graham Super Tramp edition of the glide cam. A lot of people ask me questions, do you prefer the glide cam or Ronin? Which do you use? I have both, but I prefer the glide cam for a couple reasons. To me, it's a lot more compact. You can just grab the handle and go. It doesn't require batteries. You don't need to charge it. It can be a little less cumbersome. You really just throw on the camera onto the sliding plate up here and grab it and go. So Devin Graham Super Tramp edition. I kind of glanced over this really quickly, but cameras, another camera I use. I have the GoPro Hero 5 Black, the new GoPro they just put out. And this is the GoPro I use. I used it a lot in my last Hawaii video. I even did a test video kind of showing you guys the footage at 120 frames a second and different stuff. I'll put that in the corner as well. Watch that if you want to see kind of some test footage with the GoPro 5. But this is the other camera of choice for when, I can't really bring a big camera with me. Say I'm, cliff jumping. I can't really cliff jump with these cameras in hand. So GoPro, a lot of underwater stuff with the GoPro as well. This is one of the other rigs I use. This is the Connect, basically trigger dome for the GoPro. And you basically hook the GoPro up to this trigger dome. So what you would do is you would throw the GoPro in this little trigger mechanism, attach it to the dome, and then you have basically a dome port for your GoPro. And what this allows you to do is the dome pushes the water level out past the lens. So this allows you to get those really cool like over underwater shots that you see. If you're wondering how people get shots where you can see like halfway over the water, halfway under the water, it's with dome ports. While we're still talking about GoPro stuff, I got this. This is the Spivo stick, whatever you want to call it. This you attach the GoPro on right here, and you press this button, and it flips it around the GoPro facing out. You flip it around again, and it flips back facing you. So this is basically like a selfie stick for the GoPro. Spivo just sent me like 3 of these, so I will be doing a giveaway for a bunch of these sticks after the cruise and the adventures and all that stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because I will be doing a giveaway of these things. All right, let's move into lenses. So as far as lenses go, I have all Canon lenses here with the exception of one, which I'll get into. But this is the Canon 16-35 f4 L series lens and with image stabilization. And this is my go-to lens for glide cam stuff. I throw this on my Canon or my Sony when I'm using the glide cam. The nice wide angle along with the image stabilization really helps to get those smooth floating shots. My next go-to lens, which I don't have to show you guys right now because I'm actually using it to film this video, is my Canon 24-70 f2.8 lens. This lens and the lens I'm using right now, the Canon 24-70, are my 2 biggest go-to lenses for both photos and for video. So that lens I use a lot for photo and like close-ups of like people and different things like that. So those are my 2 go-tos. And another one that I use pretty often is the Canon 70-200 f2.8. This is a little more of an expensive lens compared to the other 2, but this is an amazing zoom lens with image stabilization in it. I use these for really long telephoto shots, more so like either really close-up detail stuff or like far away landscapes, like zooming way in. Alright, moving on to the last lens is my Zeiss 50mm macro lens. I have this lens specifically for macro shots. If you don't know what a macro shot is, it's where you can get like really close-up detail shots. So if you're trying to get really close-ups on like eyes or sand or leaves or trees or fingers, like it just allows you to get those super in-depth up-close shots. Macro shots is what they're called. So I use this lens specifically for that, and it's an amazing lens. The bokeh on it is really beautiful. So while we're talking about lenses, it's important that when you're out shooting that you have ND filters or polarizers. Pretty much I always have a polarizer on one of my lenses, and what a polarizer does is it allows you to kind of cut down on glare and highlights, especially when you're outside, so you can really kind of see details in the highlights and clouds and different things while still maintaining the detail in the shadows. It helps from keeping things getting blown out. ND filters are crucial when you have a camera, you're outside and you're trying to shoot at a low f-stop like a 2.8 or something where you're really wide open. You're gonna have to probably throw on some ND filters so that you're able to maintain that low f-stop, and so you're not like at f14. So I have for all my different lenses the correct threading size. I have these Tiffin ND filters. They're pretty affordable, especially for the quality that they are. So here's my little memory card case. I have all these different memory cards for the GoPro, the Canon 1DX, the Sony a7S. It's important that when you're shooting with these cameras, since they can shoot 4K and they kind of take up a lot of processing power, that you get a fast enough card. I would recommend something with a really high write speed of close to 100, or like look for a class on the card if it ranks at like class 10. I've had people hit me up and be like, hey, when I'm recording with my camera, like the video stops every like 5-10 seconds and says like unable to record or unable to write. It's because you don't have a powerful enough memory card to record the footage. So make sure you have a high enough speed memory card to record your footage. I always bring a Mophie with me. You got to be able to charge like GoPros and phones and different things on the go. So I always have a Mophie with me so that it's fully charged, so that I can, you know, charge stuff on the go. Because we all know GoPros and phones be dying at the most crucial times. This is one of the most clutch pickups I've had in a while. This is basically a plug for anything USB. It's got 6 USB slots, and you can just plug this into a wall or an outlet in a car or a power adapter or whatever you want to plug it into, and you can plug up to 6 things USB at a time. So I could charge my Mophie, I could charge my phone, I could charge my GoPros, I could charge GoPro batteries, I could charge 6 different things, if not more, if I have adapters off of this. So this thing is super important and clutch. That way you're not limited to just one outlet or off a computer or anything. You can charge a bunch of things at once. So this thing is going to be really helpful. Now into microphones, I do have a Video Mic Pro. This is just a smaller, more compact version of that. It's a cheaper version as well. So if you're looking for a cheaper version for audio, again, Rode is always a great company to go with. But this, I believe, is just a Rode video mic. I'm not sure the correct term, but Rode is the 2 different types of microphones I use. Always got to have a portable hard drive to store your footage. If there's one hard drive I recommend, it's G-Raid hard drives. Their drives are amazing, and I've really never had any issues with them. Another good alternative is a Lacy drive. I've used those in the past, and I do have a Lacy drive as well. But I highly recommend G-Raid technology drives. They're pretty much the only drive I use when editing and, you know, dealing with photos, video, and storage and all that good stuff. Bunch of extra GoPro batteries, chargers, and cords. Got an intervalometer for time lapses. This is a cheaper version. So one important thing with the GoPro is this: when you're trying to shoot underwater, this filter right here, I forget the name of the filter, but I'll link it in the description along with everything else, is a filter you clip onto your case when shooting underwater photos or video with the GoPro. It just helps, the type of filter it is, it really helps with video and photo to really cut down, I don't know, it's these weird colors in the water or glare that you get. It just makes it a lot cleaner, sharper, crisper, and it retains a lot more detail when using this on the GoPro underwater. Gotta have a blowy thing. You need something, especially when you're traveling, to keep dust, dirt, sand, debris out of your lens and out of your sensor of your camera. Various lens cloths. Gotta have lens cloths at all times to keep your lens nice and clean and spotless. The links for all this gear will be in the description below. I know I kind of went over it really fast, but I'll have everything in the description below. So if you're looking for a camera or a type of accessory or gear, I'll put it in the description below. So make sure you go check out those links for all the exact products that I showed you in this video. I hope this video helped. I hope you guys gained insight into, you know, the gear I use. I hope I'm not missing anything. I think I pretty much touched on every piece of gear that I like to take with me and use. But anyways, leave a like, leave a comment. Appreciate you guys for watching. And I think that's all I have for you guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some giveaways in the near future for different pieces of gear. Like I said, giveaway for this guy coming soon after our cruise. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed or you're not subscribed, whether you're subscribed or not, make sure you click that little bell and, you know, you get notified for all the videos that we drop. We drop a lot of cool stuff, from music videos to travel adventure videos to vlogs to different things, giveaways, all that good stuff. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment. With that being said, I'm out of here.
Do do do.